Hello everybody, Whimsy here, and we are back with a Semi-Crafty vlog. So I know it's been a little while since the last one, of course, and if you guys saw, I posted a video maybe 2 weeks ago about my neck problem. It's still kind of an issue, but I'm trying to just push through and get stuff done because I feel bad that I haven't really been able to do anything. Meanwhile, in the meantime though, I've actually been working on so many different craft projects, not like a ton, but just whenever I'm feeling well. So I have a bunch of projects going right now and not a lot of them are finished. So once those are finished, you guys will see them probably in the next couple vlogs, but right now I'm still in the process. I have gone full on into Perlers. I love doing Perlers. I have made so many things since the last video and it's so much fun and I love it. So you guys will probably see some of that. Not like I'm not gonna try to like bombard you guys with it, but I'm doing a lot. So it's a new craft that I'm really enjoying. So for today, I'm gonna be doing some talking over some painting. I know I said I didn't want to do too much more painting, but again, I have a crochet project in the works, and that's been difficult to work on because of the neck. I've been doing Perlers, and I have 2 different projects with that are kind of scattered. So just to get something, obviously, I went ahead and did another video game block. This one is a tribute to Mario Maker, because Mario Maker quickly made its way to one of my favorite games. So I'm going to talk while I paint that, and then you guys will see. And I might do some show and tell for some of the Perler things I've worked on. Not one of the projects is like secret until I post about it, or you know, whatever. But there's another project I'm just working on for fun that is probably less well known. I'm not really sure, but so I'll show you guys kind of what I've been working on with that. So let's get started. So one of the cool things that's actually been in the works in the past couple weeks is that me and my friend Raven have actually started doing a Pathfinder game together. It's like a 1-player game that I'm running for her because she's never done like tabletop gaming, like I don't think. So this is her first time doing it. So I thought, okay, well, since we're, you know, all of us are dealing with isolation still and all that, and obviously we live in different cities, so I was like, okay, let me come up with something to run and we can totally play that. So we had our first session last week and it was hilarious and it was great. And she's got a really good mind for like playing like, you know, Pathfinder or other games like that. And I went with Pathfinder because despite that it's like really heavy on like numbers, I know it the best, I think, as far as like making and running a game compared to any other system. I would eventually like to get into other systems too because I'm a huge fan of Fate, and also since I've been playing Blades in the Dark with some other friends online, that game's actually a lot of fun too. We've had a really just a blast with that. So it's kind of a cool fun little thing we're doing. We're gonna be gaming today later after I do this, but we're gonna be doing gaming on Wednesdays, and I look forward to it. It's really cool. And it's actually interesting because, like, okay, so last episode I mentioned the game that I had been, like, just for fun working on. It's actually set in that world. So I was like, okay, I'll just use this world because it's supposed to be like a D&D kind of thing with, like, elves and stuff like that. And I'll just run this world, but have her do, like, a little story, you know, whatever. And I have really cool ideas, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. And I might even put, like, NPCs, but like NPCs that are like that she can party up with and like, you know, go do combat. That way she can get used to what it's like to fight alongside like a group or like take turns doing stuff and whatnot. So I'm gonna have her run into like groups of people to like kind of get her used to it. So that's been like one fun thing we've been working on. Other than that, obviously I've just been trying to rest my neck, and I just haven't really been at the computer lately. I'm also trying to rearrange my room to a degree. It's just kind of, it's a mess. The main problem is I have, and you guys have probably seen it in some of the gaming videos, I have those cardboard cat boxes that are shaped like a staircase, or that I formed into a staircase, that lets my cats climb into my bed. But if there is anything obstructing that path to the staircases, they don't use it. The other problem is that where they're located, because they can be moved, they're just light cardboard boxes, but where they're located is right in front of one of my dressers, so I have to like move the boxes out to get into any of the drawers. Now thankfully it's a lot of clothing I don't really wear or haven't needed to because of the past year, but it's kind of annoying because one of the drawers is my sock drawer, and I mean, you know, I need to get to my socks, so like that's just been like annoying having to move one of them to get to that. It's just like, ugh. So what I'm thinking of doing is I want to get a new desk also, because obviously we're looking into a new computer. I want to get a new desk hopefully this week. That would be great. So I can kind of rearrange that, and then maybe put the cat boxes on like the right hand side of that so they can climb up into my bed, but at a different angle. I don't know if that'll work or not because there's a cabinet there, so we'll see. But basically I want to get that dresser so that it's like not blocked by boxes, because that's just silly. So I'm looking into that. I actually okay, so I mean obviously I'm really bad about time management. That's kind of, you guys have probably figured that out. So I looked into just because I saw some ads on Facebook for like bullet journals, or like journals that'll be like, oh, today, like write down this thing or whatever. And I actually like, you know, signed up for one that's like a monthly journal that they send you. And the month hasn't started yet, obviously, because it's the 31st when I'm filming this, but like the journal looks really cool, like the way it's like laid out, the planning and all that. And you write down like your moods each day, or like what habits you did that are ones you want to keep up or whatever. And so like that to me, I feel like that might help me kind of regulate myself, because it's like something that's structured, and like I can look at what I'm doing, what I have to do, because I'm really bad about remembering important stuff during the week. Like I if I don't have reminders, even in my phone, those reminders sometimes like I miss them, and I'm like, I don't even remember what I have to do today, so, or this week or whatever. So having like a daily thing to look at, because I've been doing just in general a lot of journaling lately. Mostly just, I've been doing like, I have my dream journal and then I have my regular journal. But right now, the dream journal is, I'm currently like just typing it up on my computer, but I have like a physical book. But that's, so far I'm writing all my old dreams that I had from different journals, and I actually wrote a dream journal when I was younger. I didn't even notice that, or remember. So I've been trying to copy all that into a book, and then I found my old journals that I'm looking through to find dreams to log them into the dream journal. But like just reading my old stuff, I'm just like, wow, you know, like it's so interesting how, because this journal was from like 2008, so it's like, wow, I've completely changed. Like I'm but then there's some stuff that I'm just like, wow, that like I didn't realize I was having like thoughts like that, you know, like back then, and it's just kind of cool. So it's like, it's an interesting little jaunt. But then other times I'm like, wow, this is terrible, you know, like just because you're younger, whatever, it's fine. But I think my friend had the same reaction to like her old journal. She was like, yeah, wow, what was I thinking? But you know, when you're younger, you have like your mind changes and stuff like that when you get older. But so there's that. And then I have like my daily, like, I don't know if you guys remember when I first started this channel, I had like a thing each year I would try to, well, I only did it twice, but like it was like happy notes or something at the end of the year, and I would like read them, or I don't know, something like that. I read like some of them to you guys, and then I was like, this is too tedious, I'm just gonna stop. But I was doing these notes, and I saw this idea on like the internet somewhere, where every time something good happens, you write it down in a piece of paper and put it in a jar, and then at the end of the year, you look at all of them, and you're like, oh yeah, all these memories. So I was doing that for a while, and it just kind of got kind of like hard to keep up, I guess. And then I stopped doing any journaling or any logging of anything for 2 years. And then I saw this other thing in 2019 or maybe 2018, where you have like a grid for the whole year, and you color in each day a different color based on like if it was a good day, if it was a bad day, stuff like that. So I started doing that, and as a bonus, what I would do is because I just made an Excel sheet, because I'm like, I'm not gonna do like, I'm not going to draw it by hand. I'm just going to put it on Excel. It's fine. So what I would do is I would put a comment on each day and be like, hey, here's what happened today. And at first it was very just like basic, like this, you know, just like one sentence, you know, kind of thing. And then by the end of last year, I was starting to write like maybe like, you know, 1 or 2 paragraphs of like, hey, here's kind of an overview of what happened. And then so this year I decided, let me actually like write down like a summary of each day. So I've been doing that every night actually, or every morning, and I've kept it up, so that's pretty cool. But along with doing the little color things for the days. But the planner that I have has like a similar system to that. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change the colors every month based on what like I guess what the you know, not with the season, but like I get like, you know, what are April colors, you know, kind of thing. Like, oh, I think of like floral colors, so maybe I'll just use those. But you can also write down like what emotions you feel each day or something. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm excited, but basically that's just what I've been working on. But I've also been making like physical journals, but for fun, to kind of like, because I'm not really being super descriptive in this journal about like, you know, what's going on fully each day. It's more like notes of like, I gotta take care of this or whatever. So, or like tracking my food and stuff like that. We'll see how that goes. I'm really excited. I've been able to keep up my diet, sort of. There are some days where I just forget to eat. And I've started noticing that, like, just because I started logging in every time I would eat, what I would eat. And I started noticing like how some days I'll just go without eating for hours. I'm like, why? Like, that's so bad. So, trying to, you know, keep on myself with that, to be like, no, eat, you know, like don't, yeah. So that's been rough, especially with like when you're not feeling well, you're kind of like, I don't feel like getting up and going to the kitchen or whatever. Or I'm just gonna, or if you're obsessed with video games and you're just like, I'm just gonna keep playing, I'll get food in a minute, and you keep going. So I'm guilty of that. I also need to catch up on a bunch of YouTube. I've actually lately been watching, okay, so you guys, I've mentioned that I got into Danganronpa because of the Game Grumps and my friend, and we both discovered, that Chilled Chaos, another gamer we follow, he played Danganronpa back last year sometime, and so I've been watching his playthrough on Twitch. I've only gotten, I mean, I'm not going to go past the first game, because I kind of have, like, ideas. I think I want to play the second game and the first game and all that. I already know what happened in the first game, but after that, I have no clue. So I'm watching him play it through, and it's really fun, and I'm on the last chapter, I think. But it's just, the problem is that because it's like a huge chunk of a video, it's like a 6-hour or 5-hour video each time for each chapter, it's like I gotta like kind of sit down and watch it in parts, or be like, hey, is this what I'm doing today? So I was kind of actually doing my journals while I was watching that, and it was kind of like, you know, something to do. That may have contributed to my bad neck problems though. So yeah, I think it's interesting because my chair, I know I was like excited about it and all that, and it's been helpful, but I've noticed that I think it's a little bit, maybe not faulty, but like, I don't want to say that it was cheap, but it feels like it's not made well. Because I've noticed that the screws come loose really, like with in the past 3 months, they've come loose to the point where the chair is no longer sitting up straight. It's leaned back way far, and no matter how much I pull it up, it just falls back down. So I tightened the screws, but they started to come loose again, and I don't know if it's something about how I'm sitting in it or what, but it just leans back, and I think that's what's making my like neck hurt. But also, I think that the ratio, or like the distance of like me, the TV, and the height of the TV, like kind of all of that combined is bad for your neck. Because even my cousin Brandon said that when he played Skyrim back like a couple years ago when he was here, he was playing Skyrim each day, and he said his neck was hurting too. So I don't know if maybe my TV's just at a bad angle, or if it's like, I don't know, like maybe it's too high up or something. So that could also be a problem, because I've been using that TV a lot because of ESO. And I know obviously bending over is not good, but like it's something about like how I have to hold up my head because my chair's leaned so far back. But it could just also be maybe my TV's at a bad angle. Maybe I gotta rearrange that too, which is fine. I mean, it's not a big deal. I'm actually tempted to swap the TV in this room with the TV in that room, because this one's a larger TV, so maybe that would help a little. I don't know. I could certainly probably play from my bed, which would be great. Just for days where I'm like, I just want to play. So, but you know, we'll see how that works. Hopefully this planner helps me like get my act together in regards to YouTube and stuff like that. So, 'cause I feel bad that my videos have been lacking lately, but like, I was like, I don't want to just disappear for like 6 weeks like I've done before, because I feel bad about that. So I'm like, no, I'm going to try to keep something going, you know. I would like to do 3 videos a week, but that's apparently not obtainable for me, at least not anymore. I don't know what happened. We were on such a roll in like the summer. Like we were just like, as soon as like when it was July, and I was like, I'm gonna do a vlog each week, and I'm gonna do crafting and do video games, and I was doing like a video every other day almost, and then somewhere in October I stopped, or like after Halloween, and it was like, oh, I just can't get back to that. But also my body has been working against me, so there's been that. And I'm trying to like, you know, every time something like that happens, I try to find the angle to fix it and be like, okay, what's going on? Why am I this or that? And maybe it's just because I'm getting older, I don't know, but that's just been my struggle. I wish I was more healthy so I could, you know, just go all out on videos and all that. But doing videos is going to be what we're doing in the foreseeable future, and that's fine. It's just, that's what's going on. All right, so we've got our painting done at this point, and I am going to now talk about crafts. All right, cool. So now we have our little Mario Maker painting. This took me, I mean, I did most of it yesterday or the day before. I can't remember. I've kind of been doing it in intervals, but I finished up the hat today. I know it's just kind of like a simple little Mario Maker tribute, but my thought was, I was like, okay, what's my favorite monster in Mario? And I've always loved piranha plants since I was a kid. Like, they're so cool. So I thought, okay, I'll do a piranha plant with Mario's hard hat on it, so it's like Mario Maker, you know, it's not just Mario. So yeah, we've got the little Mario hard hat. And I went with, like, I was actually, I wasn't thinking, I was gonna do the background in this yellow, which is probably why you saw me mixing yellow, or I poured yellow and then all of a sudden it just went away. I was gonna make the background like the Mario Maker yellow, and I was like, wait a minute, if I do that, his hard hat's gonna be like clashing with the background. So I went with blue, which is kind of a nice, you know, Mario landscape color, and then yellow hat. So there you go. I was gonna make the piranha plant pixelated, but then I was like, I did that with the Minecraft one, and that kind of took a while because I had to draw the grid. So I'm like, the heck just squeaked. Something squeaked. So I just decided to like not do it pixelated, just paint it. So there you go. Super cool. I had to do quite a bit of layering with the hat though, because you can kind of see through it, but it's whatever. So on the subject of Mario Maker, I haven't played it in a while. I'm still trying to finish up levels, and I just kind of bounce back and forth with what levels I'm currently working on. I wish I had the ability that like Ross did when he made his whole world, although that took him 8 months, which yeah, I can see why. Especially with how genius his levels were and cruel. Like, I've been watching the Grumps. I'm not caught up, but I've been watching the Grumps play his world, and it's just like, oh my god. Some of it's a nightmare, some of it's awesome. Like, it's all really clever, but like some of those levels you're like, jeez, this is so, like, so harsh, but it's been funny. And I've actually wanted to try to play Mario Maker. I just haven't sat down and done console games in a while, just because I've been trying to figure out like what's going on with my TV and stuff. Because like, I don't know, console gaming's great. Obviously I love it. But doing it in my computer setup area is just so cramped, and it's kind of annoying because I have to like move things around every time. So I'm like, I'd rather just have the consoles by the TV and then just figure out that. And I know that I've got to work on like lighting and sound and all that, but it's just like easier to just do it through the television, because I don't have to worry about other stuff. But because that computer area is getting really cramped, and I kind of, like I said, I want to redo it, but I just haven't done many console things. Although I do have a bunch of ESO footage, like I've said, I gotta just work on. And again, sometimes Premiere just kind of like, and I think it's my computer, but I've heard people complain about this, where sometimes if you have like 2 videos at once, like playing like a Let's Play type of thing, the program just kind of like, the screen turns black, but like you don't see your footage, so you have to like, and in my case, my only way to fix it is to restart the program, and that just kind of like really puts it really puts a wrench in like the gears that I'm like working on, you know, and stuff like that. And for me, when something like that keeps getting interrupted, I lose interest very fast. So that's kind of been like the problem. And I know I didn't have that problem before, but the alternative is that the software itself is just really easy to use, and it's also giving me like better quality videos, so it's like it's a rough trade-off. But one day I will get back to editing everything, and hopefully the new computer will help out with all that. But so I haven't done much for console games, but you know, Mario Maker's just on stall because I'm trying to get my world done so I can show you guys. I may actually play Mario Maker just to do like levels for fun. So okay, I have a secret project. I'm not going to show you guys any of that yet, but you'll see it eventually. But it involves Perler beads, and I'm really excited. The other project I've been doing, so you guys know, I've mentioned it, I'm a big fan of the Oracle of Seasons and Ages Zelda games, and obviously I have like I did like paintings in tribute to them on my wall and all that. I decided for fun to do a massive Perler project for at least for Oracle of Seasons, because that is my favorite Zelda game completely. And it's, I mean, Ages is great too. I love both. They're both like my top 2 favorite Zelda games, but of the 2 of them, Seasons is the one I radiate more with. I think it's because I like the concept of changing the season well, not even, like, you change the season when you need to. And I think it's just cool because you get to see like the landscape change, and it's like, oh, you know. Ages was a little more confusing because like you would travel back and forth in time, but like a lot of stuff would change, and it was like, wait, hold on, why is this mountain here? But it shifted, you know, kind of thing or whatever. Which is like, okay, that's kind of cool, but more confusing. But the two games have a lot of overlapping similarities, like sprites and everything. They're all the same. So I started doing Perler beads of some of the sprites from Oracle of Seasons, and I guess technically Ages. So I started with the, I can't remember which way is the correct way, but the seeds from the games. So like, the game has seeds that you can use that they each do different things, and so I made little sprites of them. I again cannot remember which way, at the moment I can't really remember which way is the correct one, but there you go. So we have, I can't show all of them, but we've got 5 seeds, you know. So this is the Gale seed, this is the Ember seed, this is Pegasus seed, it's a wing I think, the Mystery seed, and then the Scent seed. So I actually made a second, a duplicate set of these. I wish I could show you guys better. I glued safety pins on the back and put them on my purse. So it's kind of cool. I have like, and then I have like the slingshot, the seed bag, and the seed shooter from Ages. So, you know, it's really cool. I really enjoy these. I also have just a heart. You know, it's for fun. Now in Oracle of Seasons, there's this one thing you have to do where you have to find 4 gems. Again, I apologize if I have these backwards, because I don't remember which way they go, because Perlers. You have to find these 4 gems to unlock either a location or a dungeon, I don't quite remember. And it's one of my favorite locations in the game, and these gems are just cool because they're all hidden throughout the world. And I remember actually this one, the triangle, I found this one by accident when I was just playing the game, and there's like this pool of water next to just a dungeon, and you can dive into it, and because normally you can't really go into like a dungeon type of thing, but there's just this one little blip of water you go into, and all of a sudden Link appears in like a tunnel, and you swim to the end of it, and you find this. And I remember I found it, and I'm like, what the heck is this? And then later on, you find this ruin that you can't get into, but you see these little shapes in the wall, and you're like, oh, they're scattered throughout the world. Okay, cool. So you go and find them, and it's really awesome. Now, the other day, I was bored because I was trying to do my other project, but I was like waiting on certain colors of beads, so I wasn't entirely ready. I did the essences. So these are the things you unlock every time you defeat a dungeon, or complete a dungeon, in order of when you get them. And there's 8 of them total, so there's 8 dungeons in the game. And I just had a lot of fun with that. It's really cool. Like, pixel art is just so much fun, and being able to make like little physical things, it's kind of neat, like little tokens or something. I mean, I'm doing my best with what colors I have. So hopefully I got them like pretty close, you know? And I would like to do this for Ages too, I think, because Ages has some cute ones too. I don't remember what all these are since it's been a little while since I've played. But, you know, pretty neat. I'm still trying to figure out, so you look at the back of this one looks kind of weird, because normally Perlers don't look like that on the back. Like this one right here, you know, you've got like the flat or like the circular, but this one turned kind of like really square, and I don't know why. I think, well, no, I do think I know why. I was trying to figure out, because my other project has very large pieces, or like, you know, imagery, I guess, like larger sized, to where these are, I think these are supposed to be berries, just to clarify. And then this is the last one that you get. It's cute. Some of the pixel art that I have to do is like a lot larger, or takes up 2 boards, but the paper they give you doesn't spread far enough, or it doesn't go far enough. So I was like, okay, maybe let me try parchment paper. And so these ones were done with parchment paper, and I think that's why that the back turned a little bit strange. So I don't know, it was really weird, because the front looks normal. Like this was the side I did first, and then I did the back. But the back started to look weird. It's not like a huge deal, it's just kind of weird. I don't know. But then I looked online and discovered that Perler makes actual ironing paper for beads. So I'm like, oh, I'll just get that then. Because I was like, what can I use? Because I was like, the paper they give you is very like, you know, like a tracing paper kind of thing. But everyone's like, don't use tracing paper, it'll burn. So I'm like, all right, well, what do I use then? So people are like, well, use parchment paper. But then I tried that, and it was like kind of not as good. But then I discovered that Perler just makes rolls of their paper, so I'm like, well, I'll just get that. Let's just make it easy. So, yeah, I've just been working on tons and tons of projects. It's funny, because I got This was a 6,000 pack of black, and this is how much I have left. It was almost like completely full. So I've been doing a lot of purling, so, cause like a lot of these have just like an outline, so I've used a lot of black, but I've got more colors coming in, so I will be able to replenish that. Also, the texture of the surface looks a little bit different. I don't know if you guys can see it on the camera. It looks a little bit grainier than like when I used the tracing paper, or the Perler paper. I don't know. It's maybe it's a slight difference, but it just kind of bugs me. I don't know. But and also to complete these, I just didn't have the right colors yet. I want to do the Meku seed, which is the final thing that you get to like defeat the boss or whatever. I don't know, or to unlock the boss dungeon. So I'm gonna make the Meku seed, I think that's what it's called, and then put it in the center and then have the essences around it, like in the game kind of thing. And maybe that'd be like a cool thing to hang on my wall or something. All right, I gotta get onto, I have to make some NPCs for our game later today. So gotta get on that, but I figured I would just get the vlog done because I've been sitting on it for way too long, unfortunately. But again, it's just been silly health stuff, and that's again usually why if my videos kind of get to being like once a week, it's probably because I'm dealing with something again. And yeah, and again, I feel really bad about that, but I'm doing what I can at this point. But you know, there'll still be like, I'll still do what I can to post when I can, so there's that. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you guys are all doing good and everything. Make sure to check the links at the end of the video and all the stuff in the description below. And I will see you guys next time, and until then, stay whimsical. Hey, it all came off. Hopefully it's not just because it's stuck to the thing. No, that would be sad. Oh my goodness, that is so cool. Okay, let's do the other side.